So guys, welcome back to the shack for another cook, and today we're doing one of my favourites, chicken wings. But this is a flavour combo I haven't tried before, well at least I haven't tried it on wings. I've had it on thighs before, it works really well. So we're doing chili, lime and ginger chicken wings. I have my wings in a bag here because the first step we need to do is actually marinate them. And marinade is pretty simple. In fact, it's just the ingredients that really are in the title. We have roughly about 2 red chillies chopped up. I've removed the seeds. If you want to leave a bit of heat in there, leave the seeds in. I have the zest and the juice of 1 lime, and I have roughly about a tablespoon of chopped ginger. Anytime I buy ginger, it tends to sit in the fridge until it all dries out and goes bad, so I don't use enough of it to warrant using the fresh stuff, so I actually use the lazy ginger. You can buy it in little jars, so I just use that, chop it up, and at least it's there anytime I need it, so little tip for you. Then to form the liquids, we have about 100 mils of oil, so we need to get that put together first. I have a bowl which we will add the oil in. Then it's just a matter of going in with everything else. So in with our zest of our lime, our red chillies, and lastly our ginger. We do want to give that a little touch of salt and pepper. Doesn't need a lot. And give it a quick mix up. So that will form the basis of our marinade. All it's left to do is to get it into the chicken. So take our bowl, just pour everything in to the bag. Make sure you scrape out every last bit of it. Fold the edges of the bag up, and we will seal it first with plenty of air in there. So it's properly sealed. And then we need to move everything about to get the marinade all around those wings. Alright, so once you have them well enough mixed, you can lie the bag down, crack a corner of it, and then squeeze as much air out of it as you can. Seal that corner back up. So that is our wings in the marinade. I'm going to go and put them into the fridge to keep warm, believe it or not. I could leave them sitting out here, but there's a good chance that they would freeze, as it is currently about -2. So I'll put them into the fridge so they stay nice and warm and that marinade gets into them. But you do want to refrigerate them. If you're cooking this in the summer, don't leave them lying outside. So we will let them chill out in the fridge for at least 3 hours. Ideally maybe go 4 to 6 hours, but we'll come back later on this afternoon and we will cook them on the KJ, and we're going to be grilling them directly over the coals rather than doing them at a high heat indirect. So it'll be interesting to see how they come out that way. To the fridge. Okay, our wings have been marinating for about 3.5 hours I was able to give them, and you might be able to tell it's now night time. No, it's night time, it's only about 3:30, but such is winter. So I've lifted them out onto the rack just to allow any bits and pieces to fall off. We're not going to get all the chili and the marinade and stuff off them. I'm going to give them a light dab just to dry them off slightly. But a lot of that chili and ginger will end up falling off into the fire anyway since we're going direct. I'm not that worried. Okay, so rub. We are using the Mexican jalapeno and lime. Good flavours in there. We've already got lime, chili and ginger. This has jalapeno in it. We'll give another little kick of heat, and there's also lime in the rub as well. So give that a shake up and dust it over the top of them. We're doing these I was going to call them ribs. We're doing these wings dry, so we're not actually going to sauce them. So the rub and the marinade is all we've got to add flavour to them. Once that's done, give them all a flip over. A little bit of oil on there is going to keep or act as a binder for them as well. They are super cold on my hands. I don't recall ever being so ready for spring. A few months to go yet, but I am just sick and tired of the freezing cold. Okay, give the second side a dusting. Nice, happy with them. So, Kamado Joe, as you saw, I've fired it up. We're going fully direct with this one. Temperature sitting around 200 degrees. But again, we're grilling over the top. The cooking rates are on the highest levels, so they're quite far away from the fire. So whilst they'll still get that direct heat, as it's lifted away from the fire, it won't be as intense if we were searing them directly over the heat. So we'll push the camera back a little bit, get the KJ in view, and we're going to put these on and cook them. I'm ready for wings. So we'll throw our lid up. The coals are nice and warm. Cold night. It's nice to sit beside the KJ. Grab my tongs and we'll go ahead and start setting the wings on. I've left a little bit of a zone at the front here with less coals below it, so if we need to, we can start pulling things forward. We'll just start to set our wings on. Again, we've marinated these in oil, so we're going to have to be careful with flare-ups if the oil starts dripping down into them flames. So get them on, get the lid closed, try and minimise flare-ups. Squeeze that one in there. Okay, we're already getting flames, so shut the lid down, leave them be for a little while. I'll go and get rid of this, and then we'll come back, see what's right, and keep flipping them around. You don't want to stray too far from the barbecue. They are grilling over that direct heat. They're not like when you're doing wings indirect, and you can sort of leave them for half an hour, 40 minutes. Not this time. Okay, let's have a look. What kind of colour they're taking on. They're already taking on a nice little bit of colour, so I want to keep them moving. I don't want them to get too dark. Keep them flipping around. Any that are cooking a little bit faster than the others, then we can move them around. Oh, I'll tell you one thing, they smell good. Close down, give them another few minutes, and we'll flip again. Getting smoky, only made one thing. The fat is starting to render out of those skins. And we're getting flames. They really are starting to take on a really nice colour on the outside. At this point you can go in and start moving them around. Ones that are done a little bit more, take them out towards the edges. Bring some of the other ones in. So we're probably not far off. Starting to probe some of these. Just to check them. Okay, we'll shut the lid down one more time. Then we'll let them go. We'll start sticking them with the thermopen. They're not very big wings, so I don't think they're going to take that long. Once they hit around 82, 83 degrees, I'll start lifting them off. I know 75 is safe, but with wings, always take them a little bit higher. So we'll fast forward through that last few minutes, and I'll get them off. Then we need to tuck in and give them a try. Okay, our wings are all done. I've put them onto a board and give them another quick dusting of the rub, just to add a little bit of texture to the outside of them. Although the little knobbly bits and skin, oh, they smell good. Piece of kitchen roll, this could get messy. Right, let's dive in and give one a try. This guy here has my name on it. Oh wow. First flavour you really get is the like char grilled flavour from cooking them directly over the coals. Then if you give it just a second, there is that little tingle of heat comes in, and it builds and builds and builds. They're not screaming hot wings. They're not as hot as if you made a hot wing with hot sauce. It's just that nice little tingle. There's still flavour there. They aren't missing the sauce whatsoever. Usually there's the heat. Usually I would marinate my wings in buttermilk to tenderise them a little bit. But I'm guessing the acidity and the lime juice, these are super tender. And the skins are nice and crispy. Probably more so than doing them the sort of indirect method as well. Loads of flavour in there. So glad I didn't sauce them. So maybe in future that's the way I need to go for it. Get that nice grilled flavour on them. Pack in a little bit more flavour in the marinade rather than just doing it for tender, because buttermilk doesn't add anything other than tenderising the wings. And dry wings are a winner. So I'll leave a recipe below if you want to check it out. Really it's just for the measurements in that marinade. Everything else is pretty standard. You could even use it doing your own method, but definitely give this one a try. I would recommend it. Huge thanks to all the members for supporting the channel. If you'd like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Half the people die while the rest of us are splitting hairs. It's a good world.